let's go to the Pope and see what he wears and how he displays it. Now, Pope Francis has decided that he was going to dispense with the golden cross, and he kept the silver cross, to which he was accustomed, as his papal cross. And it has on it, and you can see it over there, the emblem of the Good Shepherd. Now the question is, because there are the sheep behind it, and there's Juno the dove, which is pagan form of the deity Juno, and is not a symbol of the Holy Spirit. The question then is this Good Shepherd representing Jesus, or is it representing the god Pan? And Pan, of course, is Satan. That's what it is. Now you will see that he has his arms crossed, like this. Now Jesus is never depicted with his arms crossed like this, but the god Osiris is always depicted with his arms crossed. And as we have seen, the cross is a symbol of victory and a new order which will be brought in by the coming Messiah, which is, of course, the worship of Lucifer, which precedes the coming of Christ. So this god here, by the very nature, is the god Pan. But am I now on speculative ground? So let's go to his predecessor and retired current Pope, who happens to be Pope Benedict. And there he is. And this is his coronation. And he's receiving a mitre. And on his mitre, there is a deity displayed. Now, I've tried to increase the size, but the quality is not very good. Of course, he has the broken cross there with him, symbol of the broken cross, the bent cross, symbol of victory over Christ, of Lucifer, with an emaciated Jesus hanging there. But this deity over here is playing an instrument, and if you look very carefully, you might recognize that it is the pan flute. So he has the god Pan right on his head. He's the representative of Satan on this planet. That is what the symbolism says. Whether we like it or not, that might sound incredibly harsh, and I apologize for saying it as bluntly.
In the Old Testament, a few times the Hebrew word satyr is used, but generally it's translated to devil. For example, in Leviticus, where the children of Israel are warned not to sacrifice to devils, the word is actually satyr. And in Chronicles, where Jeroboam I set up ordained high priests, and for the devils, the word is satyr there. Satyr today means a half man, half goat, but originally it meant half ape, half man, or at least a man-like creature who looks like he is part ape. Isaiah also warned that the Middle East, at a much later time than the kingdom of Israel, would become overrun by satyrs. Throughout the Bible, non-Adamic people are never precisely described, and instead pejoratives are used to describe them. Earlier in the Bible, the term Nephilim is used, which means fallen one, as well as Zuzim, which means roving creatures, as well as beasts, owls, dragons, and dogs. Christ himself called his adversaries, who descended from Cain, serpents and scorpions. These satyrs were on the far fringes of society, and some of the Adamic nations had even become overrun by them, such as Egypt during the time of Isaiah. Later, this word would fall out of use, and by the New Testament period, they are just called devils. In Revelation, John sees a vision of the cities of all of our nations, or Great Babylon, becoming inhabited by devils, and Christ said in the end times it would be like the days of Noah. Noah was overrun by Nephilim. The same thing has happened, except the terminology and words have changed from Nephilim to satyrs to devils. They are all one and the same thing.